Hi students, good morning. So my name is Fanindra and I am working as a physics lecturer in Vignan institutions. So let us continue our topic regarding the chapter laws of motion. So in the previous session we have discussed regarding the smooth inclined plane and rough inclined plane. So let us continue our discussion regarding the smooth and rough inclined planes and some of the applications in which objective point of view the questions will be asked. So let us solve some of the applications. Now let us consider the case where a body is projected up in a rough inclined plane. So let us initially draw an inclined plane, a rough inclined plane. Let us consider this as a rough inclined plane with the angle of inclination be theta, and initially a block of mass m is here. Let this mass be block of this mass be m, and it is projected in this inclined board with an initial velocity of u. So let us see that the body block reaches to this position and it may stop. So due to the as it is a rough surface, it stops. So final velocity will be equal to 0. Okay. Now let us consider an intermediate position and see what are the forces acting on this block. So as this block is mass m, the weight of the block acts vertically downwards, which is mg, and the normal reaction perpendicular to the surface of the contact in this direction, normal reaction n. As the weight of the body acts vertically towards the center of earth, it can be resolved into two components. In this direction it is mg cos theta, as the angle of inclination is theta, here is also angle theta, and in this direction it is mg sin theta. Okay, so as the block is moving in this direction with a net resultant force Fr, there is a frictional force tangential to the surface of the contact. This is the frictional force Fk. So let us write the equations from this free body diagram. The equations will be the normal reaction supports mg cos theta. So n is equal to mg cos theta. Along the vertical direction there is no movement, so normal reaction n is equal to mg cos theta, and along horizontal direction, so net resultant force is in this direction and the remaining forces are in downward direction. So net resultant force Fr is equal to minus of mg sin theta plus Fk. Fk is nothing but the kinetic frictional force. So net resultant force acting on the body Fr is equal to minus mg sin theta plus Fk is nothing but mu k into n. So mu k into n is the normal reaction n. So substituting the value of n, that is, which is nothing but mg cos theta, net resultant force Fr is equal to minus of mg sin theta plus mu k into n is nothing but mg cos theta. Net resultant force according to the Newton's third law, net resultant force F is nothing but a mass into acceleration. So Fr can be written as ma from Newton's second law, which is equal to, from this expression we can take m common, minus m into, or mg common, minus mg into sin theta plus mu k cos theta. Here m and m gets cancelled. Acceleration a is equal to minus g sin theta plus mu k cos theta. This is the acceleration of the block. So here you can observe that the acceleration is given as minus g. The negative sign indicates that the velocity is decreasing. It is deceleration. So you can see here, initially the block is projected with a velocity u. So by reaching this position, the velocity is 0. So velocity is decreasing. As the velocity is decreasing, acceleration will be negative. Negative acceleration is also called as deceleration. So A is equal to minus g into sine theta plus mu k cos theta is the acceleration of this block. So let us calculate what is the distance traveled by the block. Let this distance traveled by the block is x. Let it denote by x. So here initial velocity is given by u, final velocity is 0, and the acceleration of block is equal to A is equal to minus g into sine theta plus mu k cos theta, right? And the distance traveled, yes, we need to calculate. It is denoted by x, or we need to calculate yes. So by substituting in the one of the kinematic equation, v square minus u square is equal to 2as. By substituting the values 0 square minus u square is equal to minus 2 into g into sine theta plus mu k cos theta into s. So from here, by simplifying the equation, we can get it as s is equal to u square by 2g into sine theta plus mu k cos theta is the distance traveled by the block. Okay, so if suppose we need to calculate what is the height that is traveled by the block, height h. So from this expression, if you take this right angle triangle, sine theta is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. So sine theta is equal to opposite side h by hypotenuse, nothing but the distance traveled s or x. So h is equal to s into sine theta. So if we calculate the s distance traveled, we can calculate the height to which the block is raised by throwing with a velocity u with an angle of inclination theta. Okay, so now let us calculate what is the time taken by the block to reach that height or for the velocity to be 0. So we need to calculate now time. T is equal to what is the time taken. To calculate the time taken, let us consider another kinematic equation. V is equal to u plus at. By substituting here, v is equal to 0, u is equal to u, a is equal to minus g into sine theta plus mu k cos theta into t. So the expression can be written as t is equal to u by g into sine theta plus mu k cos theta. So that is the time taken by the block to reach that height or for which the velocity will be 0. Okay? So this is the time taken by the block. In this way, we can solve the problem regarding when a block is projected up in a rough inclined plane. When a body is projected up in a rough inclined plane, we can calculate how much distance it is traveled and what is the time taken by the block when its velocity will be 0 or when it will come to rest. Okay, students, now let us see the another case when an upward pulling force is applied on an inclined block. So consider a rough inclined surface. This is a rough inclined surface with let the angle of inclination be theta. Suppose a block is here at this position. Let this block of mass m, which is applied in a pulling force. Let us consider we are pulling this inclined block with a force of Fp. So now let us calculate what is the acceleration and what is the minimum pulling force so that the block does not slide down. So the forces acting are the weight of the body acts vertically downwards towards the center of here mg, and the weight can be resolved into two components, which is mg cos theta and here mg sine theta, and the normal reaction perpendicular to the surface of the contact, normal reaction n. As there is a net pulling force upward in this direction, net resultant force will be in this direction. As the block is moving upward, there is a frictional force in this direction, Fk, kinetic frictional force. So by writing the equations, we can solve this problem. From this free body diagram, normal reaction n is equal to mg cos theta. Okay, and from the along the horizontal direction, Fp minus mg sin theta minus Fk is nothing but the resultant force Fr. So net resultant force is nothing but Ma. Ma is equal to pulling force minus mg sin theta minus Fk is nothing but mu k into n. So here n is equal to mg cos theta. So Ma is equal to Fp minus mg sin theta minus mu k into n is nothing but mg cos theta. So if we simplify this equation, we can get acceleration as A is equal to Fp by m minus g into sin theta plus mu k cos theta is the acceleration of the block if we apply a pulling force of Fp. So if the block is at this point, so if we are not applying any pulling force, then the block may slide down. If this theta, that is the angle of inclination, is greater than angle of repose, then the block may slide down. So what is the minimum pulling force such that the block is at rest? So let us calculate the minimum pulling force. Minimum pulling force such that the block is at rest. Block is at rest condition. If the block is at rest, then acceleration will be 0. If acceleration will be 0 in this equation, then the equation can be written as Fp by m is nothing but g into sin theta plus mu k cos theta, or the minimum pulling force Fp minimum is equal to mg into sin theta plus mu k cos theta is the minimum pulling force to be applied on this block such that the block will be in rest condition. Okay, so some of the questions may be asked in this manner also. So better in solving all the problems, the first and foremost step is draw the free body diagram or draw the forces that are acting on the block. So by drawing all the forces acting on the block, I have written these two equations. From these two equations only, we have solved the total concept. So first one is draw the diagram. From that, what are the forces acting on the block? Draw the forces acting on the block in the directions, in the respective directions. From the along horizontal direction and vertical direction, we can write the equations. Okay students, now let us see the next application, that is with a force normal to the inclined plane is applied. So you can see here, this is an inclined plane with the angle of inclination, let it be theta, and here is a block which is sliding down, let it be sliding down with an acceleration of A. An inclined force is applied Fn. So then we need to calculate what is the acceleration of the block. So for that, let us initially draw the forces that are acting on the block, which is the weight mg vertically downwards towards the center of the earth, which can be resolved into two components, that is mg cos theta in this direction, which is mg sin theta, right? and normal reaction perpendicular to the surface of the contact, here in this direction normal reaction, and in this direction downward is nothing but the normal force Fn, and as the block is sliding down there is a frictional force, kinetic frictional force acting on the body Fk. So from this, by writing the equations along the vertical direction in this direction, this normal reaction N is equal to mg cos theta plus normal force Fn, right? Similarly, along the horizontal direction, the equation can be written as net resultant force Ma is equal to mg sin theta minus Fk. So Ma is equal to mg sin theta minus Fk is nothing but mu k into n. So Ma is equal to mg sin theta minus mu k into n is mg cos theta plus Fn. Okay, so which can also be written as Ma is equal to mg sin theta minus mu k mg cos theta minus mu k into Fn. So if you take m common and cancel, then the acceleration of the block can be written as A is equal to g into sin theta minus mu k cos theta minus mu k into Fn by m. So this is the acceleration of the block if we apply a force normal to the inclined plane. So now let us see the case, what is the minimum force to be applied normal to the inclined plane such that the block will be in rest. For to block will be in rest, to keep the block in rest, minimum normal force we need to calculate, which means acceleration should be 0. Here the acceleration should be 0. So by taking, if acceleration is equal to 0, mu k Fn by m is equal to g into sin theta minus mu k cos theta, or Fn minimum is equal to mg sin theta minus mu k cos theta divided by mu k is the minimum normal force to be applied on the block normal to the inclined plane such that the block will be in rest condition. So this is the one of the application. Okay students, now let us solve the one of the applications. The question is like this: a block takes n times as much as time to slide down in a rough inclined plane than in a smooth inclined plane. So the time taken in a rough inclined plane is n times of the time taken in the smooth inclined plane. So here is an inclined plane. Let us consider this as an inclined plane with the angle of inclination, let it be theta for the both the cases, and a block is clapped here. So as the block slides down until here, the time taken in the rough inclined plane is n times the time taken in the smooth inclined plane. Then the question will be like this: calculate what is the coefficient of friction of the rough inclined plane. We know that the time taken in the rough inclined plane, as we solved in our previous session of the video, is 2L by g into sin theta minus mu k cos theta, which is equal to n times the, in case of smooth inclined plane, it is nothing but 2L by g sin theta, right? Now squaring on both sides, 2L by g into sin theta minus mu k cos theta is equal to n square into 2l by g sin theta. Here 2l 2l gets cancelled, g gets cancelled. By cross multiplying this, we can get it as the expression can be written as sin theta is equal to n square sin theta minus mu k cos theta, from which mu k cos theta is equal to n square sin theta minus sin theta. So mu k cos theta is equal to, if we take sin theta common, sin theta into n square minus 1, or mu k is equal to sin theta by cos theta into n square minus 1, or mu k is equal to n square minus 1 into tan theta, where theta is the angle of inclination. In this manner, we can calculate what is the coefficient of friction. Simply understand the question, write the data that is given in the question. So in the question it is given that a block slides down in a rough inclined plane, takes n times the time taken when it slides down in the smooth inclined plane. So time taken in the rough inclined plane is equal to n times the time taken in the smooth inclined plane. So from the formulas we derived, we have solved the equation as mu k is equal to n square minus 1 into tan theta. Okay, so it is the one of the question which is asked in the objective, that is IIT mains examination. Okay students, now let us move on to the next topic, that is bodies in contact with a vertical surface. So consider until now we have learned about the horizontal surface and inclined surfaces. Now let us consider a vertical surface. Of course it is a rough vertical surface on which a block is there. So to keep the block on a vertical surface, we need to apply a force. Suppose if I want to hold this pen across this board, I need to apply some force. Unless the force is applied, the block will slide down or the pen will fall down. So the force is applied in this direction. In this direction, let F is the force applied. Okay, now let us see what are the forces that are acting on this block. The weight of the blocks acts vertically downwards towards the center of the earth, mg. As these two surfaces are contact, there are two forces, two contact forces. One is perpendicular to the surface of the contact, normal reaction. Another one is tangential to the surface of the contact, which is frictional force. So perpendicular to the surface of the contact, there is normal reaction N. And tangential to the surface of the contact, as mg acts vertically downwards and the block is tending to move downwards only, there is a frictional force tangential to the surface of the contact, let it be F. Okay, so by writing these equations from here, the value of N is nothing but the applied force F. So see, until now we have studied the normal reaction along the horizontal surface, means it is equal to mg, or along the inclined plane, which may be mg cos theta if the no other force is acting. But here not. So remember that one, normal reaction is not equal to the weight of the body. So it changes with the type of the contact. So this normal reaction N is equal to F. So here frictional force is acting upwards and the weight is acting downwards. If this weight of the body mg is less than the limiting frictional force, or if it is greater than the limiting frictional force, then the block will be in rest. Sorry, if it is less than the limiting frictional force. If weight of the block is less than the limiting frictional force, then the block is at rest, then only the static frictional force is acting. If this weight of the block mg is greater than the limiting frictional force, then the block may slide down. So it may slide down in this manner with a net resultant acceleration a. From this equation can be written as ma is equal to mg minus fk, or a is equal to g minus fk by m is the acceleration of the block. Okay, so here we can see that only the one of the forces is applied. What is the minimum force to be applied such that the block is in rest condition? So minimum force to be applied means this block is in limiting frictional condition. So if weight of the block mg is equal to limiting frictional force Fl, then the block will be in rest. So mg is equal to Fl is nothing but mu s into n. This mg is equal to mu s into n is nothing but f. Therefore f is equal to mg by mu s. So it is the minimum force that is required to hold the object at rest or stationary. If this force, minimum force, is applied across the block, then the block will not slide down. If the force, we apply a force less than this minimum force, then the block will slide down. So here only one of the force is supporting the block. If we see a case here where a block is placed along two vertical surfaces, there are two forces, force F and the normal reactions acting N. As these two are in surface contact, there is a frictional force in this direction and the weight of the block mg in this direction. Okay, this weight of the block mg is equal to 2 into f. As there are two surfaces are in contact, it is 2f. So mg is equal to 2 into mu into frictional force is nothing but mu into n. So mg is equal to 2 into mu into n is nothing but applied force F. So mg is equal to 2 mu F. Okay, if the two forces are applied. So I think if the bodies are in contact with vertical surface, from this you may know how to solve the problem. So just follow the simple procedure, right? To draw the diagram, draw the forces acting on the block, write the equations. Okay students, now let us see the another application regarding the body in contact with vertical surface. That is, consider a hollow cylinder. Along this axis, let it be rotating with the angular velocity omega, and a block is placed on the inner surface of this hollow cylinder of block of mass m. Okay, so what are the forces acting on this block? So the forces acting on this block are the weight of the block mg vertically downwards, and the frictional force tangential to the surface of the contact, frictional force F, normal reaction perpendicular to the surface of the contact M. As this block is rotating, there is a centripetal force acting on this block of mass m in this direction, centripetal force. So if we write the equations, if this weight of the body is equal to or less than the limiting frictional force, then the block is in rest condition. So now I need to calculate with what angular velocity should the block should rotate or the cylinder should rotate so that the block is in rest condition. So normal reaction N is equal to centripetal force, which is equal to mr omega square, and along the vertical direction this weight mg is equal to a limiting frictional force condition Fl. So mg is equal to mu s into n, or mg is equal to mu s into n is nothing but mr omega square. Here m and m get cancelled, so omega square is equal to g by mu s into r, or omega is equal to root over g by mu s into r. So is the maximum angular velocity that it should rotate. If the angular velocity is less than this uh, root over g by mu s into r, then the block will be in rest condition. If it is greater than root over g by mu s into r, then the block will slide down. Okay, so this is the minimum velocity with which the block, the hollow cylinder should rotate so that the block will be in rest condition.